Hello and welcome back to Hero Home Mechanical. Today we're going to be doing a quick review on my ML Triton. I'm your host Troppo, so let's get on with it. So this old girl I picked up about 4 or 5 months ago. It's got 318,000 Ks on it, 2009 ML, so it's a 3.2 litre turbo diesel engine. And you know what? I'm thoroughly impressed. I did a lot of research before buying this car because I wanted something reliable, that was practical, and actually had decent fuel economy that could get me places. And you know what? I think I made a good purchase. So I've had quite a few cars over the years, not many turbo diesels. This is probably one of the first. And like the fuel economy has just blown me away, as well as the power and the torque. I always knew they were good, but I didn't think they were this good. So as far as styling goes, like the exterior styling is quite nice on these. Like, it doesn't matter which model you get. This one happens to be a GLX-R, so it is top of the range. But they all look pretty good. As you can see, I've got the sports bar and the hard lid on the back. This will eventually be swapped out for a canopy, but for now it serves its purpose quite nicely. Decent sized tub for what they are. Most people think they're quite small, but you know what? You can actually fit quite a lot of gear in there. You'd be surprised. Now I am running 33-inch tyres on this thing, so it is pretty damn capable for what it is. Super select transmission, has the center diff lock, all that sort of stuff, but it doesn't have any rear or front lockers. It's just pretty standard as far as that goes. I've done a few modifications since I've had it, but nothing major. Look, I just genuinely think they're a decent car for what they are. Interior wise, they're quite modern. They're quite, I don't know, I guess you could call it stylish for four-wheel drive. I think it's pretty good. It's a lot nicer than most of the other four-wheel drives on the market. A decent sized back seat. It's actually pretty comfortable back there. I've done quite a few long trips in the back of MLs and never complained once. A lot more comfortable than something such as a Navara or along those lines. So fuel economy wise, I get, with the 33s, I get 11.2 litres per 100. So, it's not the best, but it is pretty darn good considering. I know with standard tyres on it, I'll get that down to about 9 litres per 100. So it would make a bit of a difference. Now we'll pop the bonnet and have a look at the engine bay. So being the 3.2 litre, this is what's known as the 4M41 engine. Absolutely great piece of kit. Super reliable, fairly easy to work on. Like, the biggest drama is doing a time and chain on these, much like most turbo diesels. It does take a bit of work, but for the most part, pretty easy to actually work on and do things yourself. Now we'll go back and have a quick look at the interior again. So one thing I want to point out with the MLs, which I personally quite like opposed to the MNs and later models, is they have this nice blue fascia for the dash. It's just a nice touch, I think. Overall, pretty nice cars. Got everything you need. Got your airbags, all that sort of jazz. The GLX-R and I believe the GLR or GLX also have this infotainment screen. So, get a little bit of info out of that. Overall, they're pretty well put together. You do get your blemishes, like the wear and tear on the dashboard here. But overall, it's very nice, very clean, easy to handle. Same on the door trims. You get a little bit of wear and tear here. That's to be expected once you're starting to hit the 318,000 K mark. Like, overall, this has been an incredibly reliable ute. The only things I've actually done to the car have been stuff I knew about before I bought it, such as just general wear and tear items, such as brakes. It needs some new bushers in the rear springs soon, and a cracked overflow bottle. But overall, it's been pretty cheap to maintain, and it's been a pleasure to own and drive on and off the road. So as you can see, this is actually a different day now. I had to cut the footage yesterday and start again today. So you can see I've gone through a little bit extra mud today. You're going to get a chance to see that very shortly. Now, before we go any further, I just wanted to talk about the known issues with these cars. So there really isn't that much, to be honest. The reliability factors of these vehicles is phenomenal for any modern car. Now, they do have a couple of little things that you do have to be aware of. Being a turbo diesel, obviously keep an eye on PCV valves, that sort of thing, any turbo leaks. Any oil getting up into the inlet, anything like that, make sure you address it straight away. Always check your blow-by when buying a vehicle. There's just numerous things with a diesel that can go wrong, but for the most part, they're generally more reliable than a petrol engine in my experience. Especially when you start getting up to this higher mileage. Now, if these are driven around town, like, constant day in, day out, they will get clogged up inlet manifolds, and you will have to periodically take them off and give them a good thorough clean. Generally, it's a recommended procedure by a mechanic, but if you know what you're doing around a car, you can generally do it yourself pretty easy. So let's jump on in and take it for a drive. I'll see you again in a minute. Oh, welcome to the off-road portion. Alright, we're just going to drive around the old dam today, go through a few ruts, a little tiny bit of mud. You just see how the suspension and stuff feels. I mean, I've been off-roading in this car many times, but I'll let you sort of know as we're going how I feel. Now, also bear in mind, this is running pretty much completely stock suspension. It's not set up for four-wheel driving at all, but it's handling everything really well. All the bumps, all the ruts, generally handles quite nicely. Now we're going to go around the top here, because around the other side we're going to go down into a bit of a ditch and come back up the other side. Oh, nice little hole here. Clearance issue there with the side steps, but walk through it pretty easy. Alright, let's see how it goes going down here. Should be relatively easy for it. Nice and slow. No worries at all. Lift kit would certainly help, but not necessary. We're going to loop back around the dam, but we're going to go on the bottom side this time. it really does soak up all this potholes and all the corrugations very, very nicely. And these seats are quite comfortable off-road for standard utilitarian seats. I don't know if the GLX-Rs have different seats than the other models, but these ones are pretty darn good. Now that water in front of us actually is a little bit deeper than what you might think. But still handles it with absolute ease. Plenty of power, nice and torquey. Very, very underrated for their price point and what they are. They are genuinely a capable vehicle. Now I'm probably going to bottom out here on my side steps again. I did earlier on today. Yep. A little bit of wheel spin, but easy as. And back here again. So, would I buy one? Would I not? I 100% buy one again. They're fantastic machines, good on fuel, capable, practical, reliable. What more could you want out of a four-wheel drive? And the price point on these things is just great compared to Hiluxes or Navaras or anything like that. If you get the chance or you're in the market to buy one of these, definitely do it, 100%. So, thanks guys, that's going to conclude our review for today. If you like the video, drop a like and subscribe down the bottom, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.